Hey there, and welcome back to Above the Noise. If you are a business owner and you've been burned by marketing that has overpromised and underdelivered, then this is the podcast for you. I'm Christy Wilson, and if you're anything like I was years back when I was scaling my own organizations, you've probably spent just a ton of money, right? You've been locked into these contracts with marketing agencies or, a contractor, and you just didn't see the results that you were hoping for. Your marketing wasn't paying for itself. You just weren't getting the ROI, right? So the truth of the matter is that it's not your fault. You just haven't found the right partner yet. Marketing should pay for itself, regardless of what anybody tells you. The majority of marketing should bring you a return on that investment into the marketing and advertising. So today we are jumping in and breaking down some real strategies that business owners like you, like me, can use to grow our business. We attract more customers, more clients, more patients, and finally see a return on those marketing efforts. All right, if you're ready, let's do it. So jumping right in, today we are answering a question that I actually received 3 different times in the last week from different potential clients. And the question is, and these are local businesses, are you wasting money and time on Google Maps? Is it worth it? Am I wasting time and money? Should I be doing something with Google Maps? Should I be doing something with my local business profile? Specifically your Google business profile, right? Should I be doing that? You may have been updating your photos. You may have been doing what we told you to do or what we advised you to do on these podcasts where you're posting every week. You're making sure your services are added. You feel like, okay, I'm doing the things that you said, Christy, but I don't know how to tell if it's working. So let's talk about that today. I want to be very transparent and go through some of the metrics and some of the things to look for to ensure that you are going to see a return on that investment. So one of the things that a lot of agencies don't tell you about Google Business Profile success, being just super honest, right? Super transparent, is that getting to the top of Google Maps is not a quick thing always. I know there's these advertisements, we'll get you there in 15 days, 20 days. In order to get there and stay there, it's a little bit more of a long game. So just like you wouldn't expect that you're suddenly gonna have this 6-pack of abs from 2 workouts at the gym, right? Or maybe you expect that, I don't know. I mean, I would love that, but I feel like that's just not going to happen. So same thing, you can't expect instant rankings from a couple of Google Business Profile posts or updates or just changing a phone number. It's not that quick. It's really a couple of things that combo together over some time. So things you need to know. Google Maps ranking takes typically about 90 days to really see the real progress. Just being honest. If you're not tracking your ranking movement, right, across your little area, 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles, your city, then you're going to be flying blind. And if you are relying on clicks and calls alone, you may be measuring the wrong things. Those are good if you're bringing in calls, but we also want to make sure it's bringing in the right calls and it's attracting the right people, right? Just like any other targeting. So 3 main Google Business Profile truths that I really want to touch on today. Number 1, try to give it that 90 days minimum. I know we're anxious. You're going to see some results, but you really don't see a good payoff until at least 90 days. Google's local algorithm is slow to adjust sometimes. Changes can take weeks to really even show up, and rankings can fluctuate a little bit. So what that means is that consistency and patience are going to be your friend here in this case. A tip from the pros, Do not panic if you don't see instant movement. Let the strategy settle and build that momentum. You should, though, be able to see some results. Like we send out every month little heat maps and ranking per keywords so that our clients can see exactly where they were and where they've come over those 30 days, right? Another thing that I always tell people, and this is whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook, I don't care what it is, ditch the vanity metrics. Those are great to feed into the story to give you the big picture, but they're not what you should be looking at. Yes, clicks and calls do matter, but the thing is seasonality can affect traffic. Calls can spike from a random keyword. The important thing for long-term growth is to look at those heat map audits I was talking about. Really, those are going to show you where your profile ranks in different parts of your city, if you're showing up in multiple neighborhoods, and that's what's going to help you to drive the long-term growth. Yes, clicks are important. Yes, the vanity metrics help to tell the full story, but if you have an agency just giving you, your click-through rate or just this one piece of what I call vanity metrics, that's not helpful to understand if this is a good ROI, right? Another thing, track your progress monthly, not emotionally. That's right. Rankings shift a little. Competitors optimize as well. You're up against competition. Google updates their algorithm overnight sometimes. So if you're going off a gut feeling or a once a year report or a quarterly report, you're going to miss the big picture and where you're going and what's working and what's not. So you want whoever's doing your ranking, whether it's you or an agency, make sure you're getting structured monthly reports that help you see trends and stay ahead of competitors and also be able to adjust your strategy at the right time. You don't want to adjust it 2 days in, but you also don't want to wait 3 months and then make an adjustment. So make sure you're getting those monthly reports. And then a big mistake that a lot of local businesses make that we onboard or we talk with is that the business owner gets discouraged. We get discouraged, right? And then we make too many changes too fast. And so the problem with that is even if something works, we now have no idea what actually helped, what hurt them. Did it not change because you canceled something out by doing this well and this poorly? And that's something to watch for. Another thing is people will try to rank in every single city instead of focusing on a strong core service area and expanding from that epicenter, right? Another big one, they give up before the strategy even has time to work. I tell people we onboard, you might see some early results, but you really aren't going to see those results for 90 to 120 days, right? And then another thing I see is people just relying on guesswork or what they see from a day-to-day instead of actual data. And then they'll come back and say, well, Google Maps isn't working, Christy. I did what you said, it's not working. It does work. You just need the right roadmap, the right strategy, and the right set of things to do throughout the month and then month over month. Okay, so you're probably asking now, well, how do we know if it's actually working, right? I'm going to give you a quick self-check that you can use, okay? So first thing, question number 1, are you giving your Google business profile updates at least 90 days to perform? Did you give it that time? Did you have patience in there? Number 2, are you running heat map audits to track location-based rankings? You should be, okay? Number 3, are you reviewing monthly reports instead of just guessing or looking at, well, I did get a few more calls. I had someone tell me yesterday, well, I don't know if it's working what I'm doing, but I did get like 5 new patients this week. Well, let's look at the data, right? Let's guess. And then also, is your service area focused within a 30-minute drive radius? If you answered no to any of those questions, that's your answer. You're probably wasting your effort and time because you're not putting it into a strategy that's going to help you grow consistently, right? Not just a spike, but consistent growth and improvement. So if you want help with this, here's what I recommend. I would make sure you do or get from an agency, from us, from anybody, a free Google Business Profile audit. Let's see where your profile stands as a starting point. You want to use a tool if you're doing it yourself, or ask for something that gives you heat maps and real-time ranking data, okay? And then set realistic expectations as you're doing these things. 90 days minimum, strategic service area, and then grow from that epicenter, and then monthly tracking. Make sure you're looking at the data. If you're already overwhelmed by what we talked about, you're unsure, don't worry. That's what our Google Business service is here for, right? We run monthly heat map audits for everyone. We can track changes. We can show how to optimize without really overthinking things, without running based on an emotion or what we think happened day to day, right? And we're seeing businesses improve their rankings by over 200%. So if you need some help or you want to be next, reach out. We're happy to help you and answer questions or help you do everything or just guide you to the right path if you're doing it. So remember, big thing, don't quit too soon. Okay, Google Maps marketing works, but only if you give it the time, the consistency, and the right tracking methods. If you're doing everything right, but not watching those right metrics, it'll feel like nothing's working, but it may be working, right? Under the surface, it might be growing, it might be building, and that's what happens. So don't guess and don't burn out stressing daily over checking it. You want to start tracking what really matters consistency-wise and for long-term growth. So again, if you want help getting your business profile back on track or on track to begin with, shoot me a DM, visit nextlevelconnected.com, send us an email, no sales pitch. We'll help answer questions that you may have, right? And if this episode helped you, please feel free to subscribe, leave a review, share it with another business owner or a friend who's trying to do it all alone. And remember, as I always close out with, if you are a business owner who is anything like I was 10 years ago, before building my own team when I was scaling other businesses, and you are tired of wasting money on marketing that just doesn't work for you, and you want actual results, you want ROI, you want your marketing to pay for itself, and you want it to yield real results. Without contracts. You don't want contracts. You want to try something, make sure it's working. You don't want to be locked in long term. Well, then I've got something for you. We at Next Level Connected are careful to follow a simple no contracts, just results approach, because that is what helps business owners like you grow without the stress of having to do it yourself, right? Or without the stress of being locked into something that's not working. You can grab our free 30-day blueprint. Just send me a DM, send us a message to the website, and I'll personally record a little loom and send it over to you of what I would do to attract more leads, more customers, more clients. No strings attached, no sales pitch. You don't even have to talk to me. Send it over. I'll record it, and you can review it at your leisure, right? And implement those strategies. Again, feel free to share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Another business owner who's struggling with their marketing. Again, I'm Christy Wilson, and I cannot wait to hear how these strategies work for you, or how these tips work for you. So let's keep moving and let's get your business above the noise. I'll see you next time.